How about them Cowboys?
I tell you about them,
How
boy.
about them Cowboys?
I tell you that we them boys. We them boys. We on the couch, but we them boys.
You need to go. You should be. Both of y'all need to be sitting on the couch.
You know
Yeah,
what?
I don't have no problem, bro. You know me. I'm a sports guy. I gotta take the
Trash.
good with. No, they ain't trash. They
Oh,
went to the
now we
playoffs.
trash
No,
because
we
it,
ain't. We
oh,
ain't no trash now. Don't have us do a show on sports tonight.
Trash.
But, yeah,
That my
okay.
man Bubba Dub say trash.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
we're so far from being trash.
that's right. Much far. But I don't understand that last play. That didn't make no damn sense.
You know what? I mute my TV at that point. I was like, I can't even watch.
Your whole season muted. Trash.
Oh boy.
You know what? Victor, on that note, while my nails are drying, you know what? Jason already on here starting mess.
They better not blow like that down somewhere else.
You know what?
Ooh,
Let's go to commercial.
I never
Trash.
noticed that. I never knew that music kind of had a Walking Dead kind of feel coming on. It's
Oh,
cool. Yeah.
you like that?
Yeah. Victor talk about throwing out the trash. He go. I don't know what he talking about.
You know what? Victor does the most. Like he will go against anybody that's playing up against the Cowboys. Such a hater. He's such a hater.
That's all right.
Such a hater.
Take the good with the
Trash.
bad.
Well, I am tagging you good folks. Give me just a second. Um, Hi everyone, welcome to Tangy Tea of Life. I am your host, Veronica. Back with you guys tonight on this good Tuesday night. Give me a second. All right. To my left here is my boy Victor Dammit Boy White.
Oh, he giving out bills tonight.
Yeah, I give out bells. You sitting on a stool tonight. You better turn that stool up, bro. Sit
I've
up.
always said I'm sitting the same place I've been sitting.
He's
at.
always low.
Always low. Uh-huh.
Well,
I'm
we
sitting on
have
the pedestal.
Mm-hmm.
Brother Fatine is back with us all the way from WBLS radio station New York.
Yes, yeah, in the house.
Veronica, you see how he giving out them bills now, right?
Right.
Damn sure wasn't getting none last week.
No, hell no.
Couldn't get a one.
Uh-uh.
Mm-hmm. Well, while my nails are drying.
There's a lot of estrogen in here last week.
Hey, it was a lot of estrogen and zero accountability, bro.
Ooh, man.
Zero.
Accountability. Mm-hmm.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Tangy Tea of Life. This is where we talk about any and everything. We are back on this good Tuesday nights. Feeling good. What about you guys? How y'all feeling?
Oh, you mean us? I thought you talking about the audience. I'm good. I feel good.
What is going on?
I hate that the Cowboys lost, but that's what it is. But and Veronica, thanks for liking the picture because Veronica be doing the exercise out there. So I said, I wonder if Veronica will say anything about me hitting that bike. I was on my bike yesterday. I brought it down.
So proud.
Yeah, I might be headed out to the gym tonight. I'm not guaranteed, but I might. So we'll see.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was the first thing that popped up on my page when I got on. I was like, oh, Fatine on his bike.
There you go. Riding around Florence. That's right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well,
But you be doing a great job out there with those folks out there. You do a tremendous job. I'm not telling you just to tell you, you got to move out here, folks. You got to move. A lot of the ailments that we bring on ourselves is the things that we do or don't do. So kudos to you, Veronica, for motivating so many people to come out and work out.
thank you so much.
I got to make it to one of your classes.
To work out.
The
the-
older folks class.
No, no, we don't
See,
need
like-
you there.
I might need to come in and put some biofreeze on some of them knees out there.
Biofreeze.
I can't.
You know, the Bill Gates smell. They might need some biofreeze or something.
Oh, Lord.
I can't stand him. I
Mm-mm.
really can't. Hello, Lisa. Hey, Mr. Sammy. Mr. Sammy, I don't like your comments.
Hey,
Jason. Hey, Rodney. Thank you for the stars. Hey, Sly. Thank you for the stars. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
I just want to make a quick announcement. Shouts out to all the women that's about to get a tax return check. I'm in the bind. I ain't too proud to beg. Whatever, if you need somebody to take your trash, your garbage out, I'm your man up until the 15th of April, and I'm out. So if you're getting a tax return check and you need, somebody to come through and meet your parents or something.
They need you to go to. They need you to go to this shopping in Walmart. Walk in with them,
Me?
open the door for them, carry their groceries. That's what they need.
Right. And then go about your business.
Mm-hmm.
I charge $40 an hour.
Oh shit!
For what?
For what? What the hell? You don't like an hour the way you talk.
I'll be
They
getting
gonna want their money back.
$37 back.
They gonna want their money back.
All of it.
You better start working out, bro.
Just shit. I ain't got nothing to prove.
Once we got kids, we ain't got nothing to prove, right?
None.
Nothing to prove, boy.
Oh my gosh. Hey, Patricia. Well, so I had two letters to choose from. Actually, two letters and a topic that I had to choose from tonight. But it was about the women last week. So this letter right here is definitely giving you men the business. So I decided to go with this letter.
Wait. Go ahead. So now it's going to give us the business. So we always be on the defense, huh?
Actually, this lady was kind of all over the place. So I'll let y'all decide about this one. But I mean, it's interesting. And it's kind of lengthy. So listen, pay attention. I'm reading fast. All right. Y'all ready? All hearts and minds are clear. How was y'all weekend?
It was, where the heck was I? Oh, I was here this weekend. Oh, it was good. I had company play some cards, had a good time.
Oh, you ain't invite nobody to come play no cards.
Right. When you going to invite us over to play some spades?
We play 500. You don't know how to play gin rummy.
I have no idea what that is.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I will invite you over if you don't know how to play that.
I had me some wine. Let me tell you something. I don't want to drink no liquor no more. I'm drinking wine from now on. If you ain't got no wine at your house, I ain't coming.
Why you like the wine over the liquor? I asked a young lady that the other day, because she was telling me that wine gets her there faster than liquor. And I was like, what? So why? Because I saw you put it on Facebook 2 days in a row.
Bruh. Let me tell you something. I see why wine make you women freaky. I was in here by myself, cuz I must have went through, I don't know, a half a bottle of lotion, man. I'm just saying, I'm shiny now. I am moisturized. That's all I'm saying.
And you didn't need a honey pack neither for that, huh?
Oh, hell
Oh
no.
my gosh.
That wine will get you there.
Get you there, boy. Get you
In
there.
here singing songs.
Oh my gosh.
I'm taking TLC, baby.
That's right. Ain't nothing wrong. See, liquor get you forgetting the words and slurring. Wine
Liquor
get
make you want to fight, man. That wine
Yeah.
make you want to confess some shit.
mellow out, touchy touch.
Something is wrong with you. Really.
All fellas, please get you some wine, baby.
I got some.
Now the next day you're gonna feel like ass and a half, but hey,
Depends on what kind of wine you're drinking.
That's right.
Shit.
Depends. Hi, Thomas. Fatim, do you have a shout out to someone you said you met?
Yeah. So I was in what is it? Cold Stone Creamery.
Yeah.
The other day with my cousins. Shout out to my cousin Dee and Julie. And I was on the line, and brother said, "Brother Fatim." I was like, "What the hell?" I just came back from New York, so I was like, "What the hell?" I'm in the mall. Somebody noticed me, and this brother called me out. I mentioned his name last week, and Veronica, you had said it might be someone Victor may know, but I just can't recall his name right now. Brian. Brian said he's definitely a Tangy T watcher, supporter of the show, and I thanked him for watching the show, and he said he enjoys it and he will continue to watch it. So thank you, Brian, for speaking out, and thank you for your support.
Thank you, Brian. And I think I know exactly who you're talking about. So Brian always sharing our video too, if this is the same person we're talking about. So we definitely appreciate him, and we appreciate all of you out there for watching the tea each and every week. Patricia said you must be was drinking Taylor Port.
Shit, no. I might as well eat, but I'll tell you, there's a few things.
Eat what?
I won't do.
Eat what? Eat what?
What?
You just said you might as well eat something. You said
I was gonna say bologna, but
Oh.
anybody who knows me know that I've said this. I'll refuse to eat bologna again, lasagna. I'll let a few women trick me into eating spaghetti every now and then, and cube steak. I'm not eating that shit no more. Not
What's
less.
wrong with lasagna?
No.
I had spaghetti and shrimp tonight.
Oh, well, I was just wondering.
I had spaghetti and shrimp tonight.
You know, not to really indulge into it, but coming from where I came from, my mother made a lasagna on Monday. You ate that shit till Saturday. You had it till Sunday, and you start back over with something. I mean, that's what it was. I mean, you could stretch that meal. And once I started making a little money, I said, I'll never eat that shit again. I don't want no bologna. I don't,
So you make good money?
Oh, there you go. See you later, Vic. Bye, Vic.
I said once I started making money.
You bougie, huh?
Yeah.
I'll tell you something. If I ain't got to eat it, I ain't gonna eat it.
Yeah. That's a good conversation, because a friend of mine, he's a DJ. He does the Quiet Storm syndicated show, Lenny Green Quiet Storm in New York and across the country. And he said he will not eat grits no more because he was kind of force-fed to eat that. And a lot of our parents that didn't have a lot but put something in our stomach so that we didn't wake up or go to bed hungry. It was about having the meal and having nutrition. But after a while, when you get grown and you done had to eat this stuff over and over and over, when you get to adult, you be like, hell, I'm not eating that crap no more. And you hate to say it crap, but at the end of the day, you're just tired. You gouged out on it. You don't want none of that no more. So I do understand what you say. And if you ate it Monday to Saturday, and I know you might be stretching it, but I do understand. And they had that on Good Times, Thelma oatmeal every morning. Thelma oatmeal. She couldn't cook that anyway.
Spaghetti and lasagna, like it's the best when it's the day after. It just tastes the best.
Oh yeah, the season seats in a little bit more. I agree with that. Mm-hmm.
That was years. I'm talking about years of eating the same meal. Dang. I mean, you come from a humble background, man. You eating this shit, you understand. I understood, money wasn't what it was, but fuck, the moment I started making, I was like, I'm eating something else, bro. I'm tired of this shit.
All right. Well, let's hop into this letter right quick. All right, here we go. So, like I said, I'm going to read this kind of fast because it is kind of lengthy. All right. So, all right, here we go. Do men and women really understand one another? That's the question. I feel like men are, straight into it, I feel like men are effed up. She said the word. when it comes to understanding women wants and needs. They hear what they want to hear. How can you help me when you don't fully understand the question that I'm presenting to you? I've tried dating men educated and some not so well educated, and they all are the same. They say they want loyalty, peace, blah blah, but they don't even know how to communicate. Men don't know what to talk about at a dinner table. They don't know how to keep most women satisfied in the bedroom. Just because you have a nice size doesn't mean you know how to make love and keep a woman happy. Half of you do not even know how to make a woman have an orgasm because you don't take the time out to ask questions about your woman. No, I'm not bashing men. I'm just keeping it 100. Some of you think that you really have it going on because these women have you thinking you the shit because you so-called perform well in the bedroom and look halfway decent. Please bring something else to the table. And I'm not talking about money. Bring some knowledge with you. Understand a woman, Understanding a woman to me is key. If I tell you my heart is full, take the time to listen and understand what I'm going through. Having sex does not make everything better. Some men think because they have a little money that women supposed to bow down to them. Can we have a grown-up conversation? Let's see how many get offended by this, and let's see who really want to talk and understand both gender roles. Men, half the time you all don't understand these ladies you deal with because women can be slack as HELL in most of these areas as well, but no one wants to be real and have these conversations. Oh, because no one knows how to communicate, or they are too afraid to speak their minds, worrying how their significant other will handle the truth. How can we teach our young men and women to be in healthy relationships when we can't even explain it ourselves? Grown folks, step up and do better. This world is so sad and a sad time to be dating. All right. So, um, me personally, I see someone that's been, hurt a few times and she's writing out, crying out through this letter pretty much. But you know what? Big 15, I will let you all go first tonight because a lot of shade was thrown towards you, the men. And I mean, she did throw a little shade towards the women as well, but I think she threw the ball in you all's corner more than ours. So I'll let y'all take over to start off tonight.
You want to go first?
All right, I go first. I like when you go after me. So the first thing is I'll say to you in no anger, because you said a lot in this letter. One of the things is, and this is no shade to you, but if you want to have a discussion, come on the show. That's number one. Come on the show.
No,
that's number one. Come on the show. That's number one. If you want to have an open and real discussion. Number two, you think you're going to have a discussion when you attack people. You said a lot in there. Some I agree with, some I don't agree with. But the way you come off attacking, we ain't none of your boy. We ain't your big kid. Who the hell do you think you talking to as a grown man? If you don't like some shit that you don't like, you think attacking us ain't the way to deal with it? The way is, I'm not saying come on your hands and knees. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that there are issues between us men and women, and that there can be a lot of conversation that we can have. You got to check you're going to have to check your ego at the door, just like men are going to have to check our ego at the door if we're going to have this conversation. But you're going to have to check your pain at that door too, because you got some pain. Oh, Victor said that. You got a lot of pain there, my sister, and I understand why you have a lot of pain. But you talking about a lot of things that you're frustrated, and I understand. And sometimes we have to get that frustration off our shoulders before we have a conversation. So tonight, I'll look past that because I can understand your frustration because I see it. I see it from us. I see the things that we dish, but I see the crap that y'all dish. So the same way that in the same energy that you dished out that letter, us men could dish out the same thing direct to you women. So let's get that out the way. And how do we get to raising our children? First, we have to have an adult conversation about the wrongs, the do's and this and that and the other. And I don't know if we're going to come to agreement on everything, but come to a better understanding your point of view, understand my point of view. And the second thing on the one-on-one conversation is that my viewpoint, and just like your viewpoint, is not just a monolithic of all women on your end and all men on our end. We are different.
Right.
So we bring different things to the table at the end of the day. You understand what I'm saying? And then number 3, you're right. You pinpoint. How do we raise our children to become better men and women so that they can be better than where we are in the way society is, that they can be and have a more healthier and wholesome relationship? But like you said, we got to get there first. And when we get there first, then we can pass it on to them. But when we're broken, then our children are broken, because if we're broken, we can't teach our children a wholesome life if we're broken. Victor?
Bruh, I mean, it's hard to come behind you after saying all that. So I'm going to say this. She is the problem. You mean to tell me you ain't found nobody that could stimulate you, mentally? The physical part, I mean, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I've heard women say that, but I just figured it's a damn lie when they say, well, ain't nobody that ever made me come like that. It's like, oh, okay, whatever. But I'm just saying, it's cool sometimes to be the victim. Men don't play that victim role well. A lot of men that I have met that openly talk about their relationships would tell you, like, bro, I got some fucked up ways. Bro, I know I need to do this. I need to do this. And whether they do anything about it or not, they at least acknowledge the fact that they have some fault in why they are not, socially where they want to be at. This woman is pushing it all off on everybody else. So if she feels like men, need to step it up. So what happens when you find that man that stimulates you mentally, that stimulates you physically, but don't want your ass? Then I guess he ain't shit either. So it's all about everybody pleasing you. So what are you doing to attract these no good men that can't physically stimulate you, emotionally stimulate you? You need to go looking somewhere else, because apparently Tinder and fucking Craigslist ain't working.
Craigslist.
I mean, I don't know what she's looking at, because, you got some guys out here that, and I will say this, you got guys out here that will, when they hear women talk like this, I'm not up for the fucking challenge. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not. If you sitting here telling me about all these problems that you had in your past relationship, I don't want that shit. I'd rather meet a woman that had a good relationship. She's like, you know what? We had a good relationship. Give me some highway miles. I don't want all these, girl, it's January. You done been in 2 relationships. That's fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, I'm stretching it. But, come November, you telling me you had 3-4 boyfriends this year. I'm thinking to myself, your body count that year got to be at least 7. You know what I'm saying? Because in between them 4, you had to have 2 or 3 on the side. So all I'm saying is, ma'am, you might need to do some self-reflection and see, what do you need to change in order for you to get somebody that's suitable for you? With her punk ass.
Oh, what? Reading this letter, I hear anger, I hear hurt, I hear disappointment, all of that from this letter. And you're right, she is taking it out on all men, I guess you can say, because I don't know, and some women tend to do this a lot, though, when they've been hurt multiple times. they tend to put all men in one category as all men ain't ish, all men don't know how to communicate, all men don't know how to treat a woman, all men can't do this, can't do that. But sometimes we do have to sit back and check ourselves as women to see where we actually made the mistake. Where are our faults at, in all of this? I'm not going to say that she picked bad men. I'm not going to say that. Because sometimes we pick, or I'm not even going to say pick because I don't really care for that word, but sometimes men come into our lives and we think that they are a good one. They treat us right. They say the right words, they do the right things, and then life happens, they do that switch, and they're just someone, they're a different person than what we got, who we got involved with. So I'm not going to say that she keep choosing the wrong ones. Yes, red flags, or whatever you call it, may be there. A lot of times we as women, we do overlook red flags, you men as well. But speaking from a woman point of view, we do overlook flags, that's right there in front of us at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? But I can agree that we do not take the time to understand one another. We don't get the, we don't take the time to I guess understand one another, because sometimes we prefer to figure the other person out instead of asking questions. You know, we like I said, we tend to try to figure our significant other out instead of asking the questions. Hey, babe, do you like this? Hey, do you prefer this? Like, we just take it upon ourselves and be like, okay, well, they don't do this, so they must not like this, or they don't talk about this, so they must not like this, instead of us asking a question. Hey, do you want to talk about this, or you want to talk about that? So I can't agree when it comes to that part. But I mean, some things she went a little overboard with, and some things I did agree with her with. But I do see that she's been hurt multiple times. So
I have a question for you, Veronica.
Mhm.
All right, follow me on this one, because this, to me, I think this is an important question. It's not stemming from last week, but it falls into the category, but it's about this letter. Tell me what kind of energy, because somebody put in here, and I'm not going to read the comment because I know we're going to get to more comments because we don't have as many people this week. So we didn't get to a lot of comments last week. But somebody said that she has to heal, right, from that pain. Tell me what kind of energy. Let's just deal with a woman for a moment. What kind of energy a woman that has this frustration and pain and seems to have not been able to find that man. She has not been able to connect with somebody that understands her, and she's frustrated, upset, angry. When her sister, her aunt, her moms, her friends have a good man. What happens with that kind of energy when other people that she comes in contact has a good man? Because the point I'm trying to say is that I notice that a lot of women right now, not all, but a lot of women that are hurt, I never see them give an example of a good man, even if their sister's in a relationship, if their cousin, or if somebody else, their friend, their co-worker's in a good relationship and got a good man. I never still see a woman give compliments to a good man. So when you have this energy going from woman to woman to woman that has similar pain and energy, it brings down. That's why a lot of us on Facebook say that women are men bashing, because I hardly see, as the amount of women that bash men, I don't see a quarter of women uplifting good men, even if they're not in their particular life specifically as their man. I don't even seeing them uplift other men. That energy is detrimental. My question to you is how does that hurt relationships between men and women when I don't even hear women uplift good men?
Well, me personally, I do uplift good men. And I've talked about it before. I don't know if it's on this show, but I have talked about it before to a few people actually, and I may be biased, but I talk about my brother a lot when it comes to relationship because he's a good man. Um, and I'm not saying that just because he's my brother, like he is one of those good men. Um, been married for a very long time. I think that may have been his. Okay, anyway, I uplift good men when I see a good man. I mean, but I'm not around a lot of men. But I mean, I uplift when I can. I may not do it publicly on social media or whatever because I'm not, that social when it comes to social media. You know what I mainly post about on my page. But I don't know how it affects me. I don't pay any attention because just because that one man, two men, three men did me bad doesn't mean that the next one is going to do that. So I don't associate all men in one group. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But do you understand my
that,
question? How does that energy from woman to woman to woman, not you specifically, but just step outside for a moment, like you're just viewing women, just giving an example of a woman, even though you're a woman, but not you as an example, but other women that are feeling like this because you see it, you hear it. What does that do in a sense of relationships? Because it's like a lot of men are on the defense.
um, I think it sometimes hurt a relationship. It depends on that person. If you're one of those women that listen to other women, then you're going to have a problem within your relationship. But if you're a self, how do I say it? You don't pay attention to others what they're saying negative um about men, then you'll be okay. But if, like I've said, if you're one of those sisters or that always listening to what someone else said, you will never be in a good relationship, a long lasting relationship, because you're always going with what that negative person always say. Listen, someone that's always negative will always be negative. And I don't want to say they're going to always be by themselves, but it's going to be hard for them because you can't be negative at every single thing. And that's why I said just because one man hurt you doesn't mean that the next one, that goes for you men as well. Just because that last relationship that you was in or whatever, that person hurted, doesn't mean that the next person is going to hurt you. You have to at least be open and give someone a chance that's trying, to love you. But to answer your question, 15, I hope I'm answering it by saying, and that's a weak person if you continue to listen at what other people are saying. If you're reading every post about a man is no good, a man is this, a man is that, then you will never have a man, because you
Ver-
always going to have that in your mind, that men are no good because you're listening to someone else. And it does affect some people, but it doesn't affect me.
you
It do.
you said all that and didn't answer the question.
I
Now,
don't. I mean, I don't know what you want me to say. You don't want me to say how I feel. You're trying to get me to talk about how other women feel. I
no,
can
no,
only
no.
tell you
He
how
asked
I
you.
feel.
He asked you.
I tried to tell Fatine how I felt, but he said, "Take me out of it." Correct, Fatine?
Yeah, what I'm just saying is, I was talking about the energy that is out there. For instance, Mr. Sammy said people in general don't want to hear about the good relationship. So, what I'm just saying is, can other women that are feeling this kind of pain and anger, even can they even support a healthy relationship, because of the energy is so negative? Jealousy comes into play, envy come into play, because a
True.
lot of women want that so bad that they don't
Mhm.
they don't look in the mirror to correct themselves, to draw that energy to them, to bring a good person, because they're so much on the negative
But
that when they see someone else that has that, they repel it like kryptonite.
look, this is the thing. I mean, going me personally, I actually love to see people happy. I love to see, you know, relationships and people loving on one another. people on social media, you know, shouting out their significant others, girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, or whatever. I love to see love because that's just me. Like when I'm with someone, like I'm loving them. I'm all about them. Like that is what I love to see. Like I love to see my brother and my sister-in-law, both my brothers. I love to see my sister and her husband Tim. Like I love to see love. And shouts out to everyone who is in love, who is, you know, have a great relationship going on. Hey, shouts out to them because I'm just big on that. When it comes to family, friends, relationships, and just love all together, I'm your girl. So I'm I'm your biggest fan. Why are you looking like that, Victor?
Because you shouted out, you say you didn't want to sound biased, but that's exactly what it sounds like.
Wait, I mean, what do you want me? What do you want me to? I said any relationship. I just named the ones that's close to me as far as my family, that's married and happy. That's why I shout them out. But I mean, anyone, my friends who's married, Michelle and Smalls, my friend Keisha, like I'm happy for them. Clarence, like I'm happy for anyone that's in relationships, marriages that are, you know, doing good. Kay that be on here sometimes. She just got married, newlywed. They look happy. Like I am so supportive of couples that, you know, are doing it.
I just see a comment. I don't want Victor because Victor been holding back. Lydia D. York writes, right. All remember what I said about tone, right? All women are negative. Y'all are some clowns. So first of all, maybe you have to explain that, Lydia, because ain't no one on here said all women are negative. We were talking about women that are negative. And don't sit up here and sit there. We're talking about women that are negative. We're talking about the letter. We're talking about women that are hurt, angry, negative. We're talking about them. We're talking about that energy. How is that helpful to have a wholesome and a good relationship if you still have pain and you still not over that pain? We're not painting nobody saying all. We don't do that on this show. We don't say all men are this and we don't say all women are this. So we're not saying that. I'm not getting on the defense, but they are men are negative and damn sure they are women that are negative. And we're talking about the negative women. How do you move in past that negativity if you are bitching and moaning that you can't get in a good relationship, but you still have negative in your life? Nobody wants negative in your life. I don't want to come into somebody's life and have negativity, and vice versa. A woman don't want a man that brings baggage and negativity. That's why we say we shouldn't be getting into relationships when we haven't healed from past trauma from relationships in the past.
I'm gonna tell you something. I support that. Who wrote that? I agree with it.
Y'all all women are negative?
Yes. So I can tell you this: when it comes to certain things, it's almost like, you know, a person that I used to date at one time. It's a little salt and sugar. They'll give you the salt before they give you sugar. You see them two over there? You know what I'm saying? They used to. He cheating on her, but they do look good together. It's like I hear that a lot. But we all are. Even Mr. Sammy even said nobody don't want to hear, you know, the negative shit is always more entertaining. Yep. You know,
Yeah.
The negative is more entertaining. Now, don't get me wrong, you know, I like to see, you know, people, you know, whatever makes them happy, do that. You know what I'm saying? But to be honest with you, if my homeboy was sitting here telling me, man, I'm so in love, I really don't want to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. But I'm happy that you're happy. But, you know, if I'm not in the same boat as you, it is what it is.
So you don't want to hear that?
No.
You prefer him to say, man, I'm going through some ish, man.
I didn't say that either. I didn't say that.
But you don't want to hear him say he's in love.
No, men don't talk about shit like that. I mean, I don't know what y'all think we be talking about, but I mean, if we talking about the game, let's talk, you know, if we hanging out, you know, we're doing hangout stuff. I mean, if we hanging out, you sit here talking about, oh man, you know what I'm saying? I got the best girl in the world. Why the fuck you out here with us?
Yeah, can he not compliment his woman?
But that's the difference between men and women. Like, I don't know if y'all girls, when y'all get to cackling and chirping along at y'all little table in y'all bird's nest, I don't know what y'all talk about.
Bird's nest.
I figured that y'all, you know, talking about us. But for the sometimes when guys get
You
together,
talking about y'all raggedy rumps?
but when guys get together, a lot of times we might not even be talking about y'all. It might talk about the game. We're talking about work. We might, you know, every now and then you sprinkle in them little nappy head kids and shit. We talking about cars. We just talking about random the game. I mean, just random stuff. But you know, you come up to a group of women in there, it's hard to infiltrate that group of women right there because it's gonna be you're gonna be met with what you come over here on. It's never inviting when we come up to meet y'all. It's always like what you want. I could say that.
Well, you know, I just was going to respond to Victor and Mr. Sammy because what Victor just said. I'm not saying he's, you know, in his experience, and Mr. Sammy says that Victor is right. We don't talk about relationships. So for me, you know, I play, you know, a lot of sports, especially a lot of baseball, softball. And a lot of us were in relationships. A lot of times we brought our wives, girlfriends, and kids to the park, and sometimes we didn't. And we didn't sit up around each other's talking about our wives. But what we did do at times, it did come up, Victor and Veronica, that somebody may be going through something. Somebody may go into something and they'll use you as an example when they see the harmony and the cohesiveness of your relationship. And if that is what you are really experiencing, it's like Tony is my boy. He's come over to my house in the past and he was like, oh man, the way you was living at that particular time, man, you know, your kids, your woman, you know, everything is clicking on all cylinders. And you feel proud because you want harmony in everything you do. You want harmony at work, you want harmony at home. And for me as a man, I felt proud when I could see harmony at home. I felt proud of that because that's so important, because that's who I am. If my home is not correct, I'm not good. We put on a front going to work to do this. We put on the front to play ball. We put on front. But when home is right, then everything tends to start to fall in place. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you're right, Victor. We as men, we don't sit up there and start talking with our boys about our wives. But if it comes up and we good examples and somebody come out and say, hey, man, you know, I just go through hell at home all the time, man. And I'll be like, I don't go through that, man, because blah, 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 so-and-so. That's how it may come up in a conversation. But you're right, Victor. We don't sit up there and get together with the boys and talk specifically about it unless it comes up in the context of something. And if you're proud, I definitely spoke highly of my relationship because I had at that time a very harmonious relationship. So I had no problem speaking about it. And I bigged her up. I had no problem.
So
thank you, Fatine.
No. When it comes down to certain shit, maybe it's just a group of people that I hang around. But to be honest with you, when you open up your relationship to people, then you open up criticism to people. And if you don't want nobody giving their honest opinion about what you got going on, then you keep your mouth shut. Because sometimes you can sit here and you can big up your relationship, and one of your homeboys will sit here and say, well, shit, you know, my man used to hit. Do you really want to hear that? Do you really want to hear that? Yeah, you know, yeah, you talking about this good, but your old lady called my old lady and told me that da 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 da. It's like you just steer away from that. Everybody in my circle, everybody's old lady is off limits. We don't talk about them. Hey man, I see you and so and so together. Yeah, man. And then that's about the extent of it. We don't talk. We're
not talking about getting into details.
No,
like that.
We're talking about a male conversation. You can't speak on that.
I'm speaking on what Fatine, just like y'all couldn't speak on us last week. I'm speaking tonight, damn it. Y'all spoke last week, and I'm going to speak on this.
When it comes down to dudes, you know, a man's pride, they say a man's pride possession is his kids, and that may be. But for the most part, it's his woman. You put your woman up here. She's sacred. She's wholesome. I mean, everybody's got a past. But from the start date, this is my woman, and I'm a protector, from all enemies, foreign and domestic. So if she's got friends, I'm always have her back. So I'm not gonna open a channel over here amongst my friends where they feel like they can just fire off on her for anything. I'm just not gonna do that. So therefore, she's off limits. My relationship is off limits to my friends. I'm not going to confide into them, because the moment we going through an issue and they give me their honest opinion, do I really want to hear that? Probably not.
That's, and see, I learned from Victor that there's just different type of men. There's just different type of men. So what Victor is saying, he's not wrong, because that's how he is. And I have to respect that. But then there are friends that I've had that are considered my best friend or whatever. And if their relationship was not cool and they were going through problems and I'm their best friend, they vent to me. And if they ask me my opinion, I didn't butt in their relationship. You understand what I'm saying? I didn't cross that line and start doing that. But if they vented to me and they felt comfortable, because we all get frustrated at times, and sometimes we need to vent or have a conversation, and sometimes we need to use a person to bounce things off to see if they may be doing something wrong. You understand what I'm saying? So sometimes a friend will open up, because sometimes you as a friend being real, be like, yo, bro, I think you handled that wrong. I think you could have did that a little different. And then that person is thinking, because they angry with their woman at home, they get a chance to think and say, you know what? I didn't look at it from that perspective, or now I'm calm with that. So I do see that some men do open up with other men, if that's the relationship that you have. I hear what Victor said. Some men are private. They don't share that, and they don't want to hear nothing that you got to say, because they ain't going to let you in their relationship. So Victor is right on that end, but there's some men that do open up to
and that goes both ways. That the women, I know I am. I'm not gearing to open up to a bunch of women about, like, if I have something that I want to share, like if something is really on my heart, like tearing me down, like I have to say something to somebody, I know who I can go to. And that one person that I can go to, I know will not share the information that I tell her, but I'm not going to go to the group and be like, hey, what do y'all think about, this and this? Like, I mean, I get it. All right, let's see some of these comments.
So you go to the group when he put his thumb in your rump and you didn't like it, but he keep doing it. Would you go to the group and say, I don't like that?
No,
you do like it? Never mind. Okay, to the comments.
I don't share any sexual information to my friends. Okay, that's one thing that's off limits.
Now we might share that in the group.
Oh no! I don't share no sexual. No. If it's no. All right. So Richard says, "See, y'all ain't ish." Richard says, "Stop asking people and telling people about what going on in your relationship, because as long as one person hurt and you happy, they're going to bring the drama to you and your relationship."
Facts.
Yep. So you have to be careful. Mr. Sammy says, in your relationship, if your relationship is good, keep it to yourself, right? Because people like her will do everything she can to tear it down.
I'll tell you this.
I don't listen.
I have never. And if this is true, I have never seen it. I have never seen a man break up with a woman because his homeboys told him to. But I have seen women break up with men because her homegirls told him to. That's all I'm saying.
You got some men that listen to what they
name two. You can't.
I inbox you. I text you. I text you. You men ain't clean when it comes to that, because y'all do listen to y'all friends sometimes.
We do dumb shit like hanging out. I'm talking about for a man to actively tell another man, bro, you need to leave her. I've never heard that. But we all know 2, 3, 4 women that has left a man, whether he was good or not, because her homegirls told her to.
I've seen a man. I've seen if the woman is a loose woman and gets around, you know, I ain't got no problem. Or another man that I know, they'll be like, yo, dude, and you complaining about it, yo, dude, you complaining, do something about it. If you tired of complaining and she doing this and you can't control it and it's happening, yo, stop complaining to me. Get the hell out of the relationship. So I see men that will say, and I'll do it. Yo, don't come to me complaining about the same crap month after month, year after year, and you doing the same thing. Don't come to me no more. Yo, if you tired of it, leave her alone. And that's how we would do it. Just boom.
Victor and 15, y'all are different when it comes to that.
Yeah, we are. And I accept that. Before I used to go at, but I understand that. I do understand Victor because I know some men that are like Victor. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And don't make them bad. That's just that who they are.
So, first of all, I think Robin, let me see. Robin says something. Yes, praying for her dad. She said, love y'all live. Special request, just pray for my dad.
Definitely, Robin.
Prayers to you and your family. Oh, God knows all about it. So whatever it is. Mm-hmm. Let me see. Mike says, men don't want another man in his main relationship.
Unless they invite you in. So Michael is right. Victor, what I'm saying is, you're right. Another man don't want you in their relationship unless they invite you in. If they invite you in and say, yo, man, I'm going through this, man, I don't know what the hell to do. What do you think, bro? That's inviting you in. That's what I mean, inviting you in. That's what I mean.
Me personally, I'd rather talk to a woman because I'm dealing with a woman. You know what I'm saying? That's my whole thing. I'm not going to ask another man about what you think I should do when it comes to my woman. Because only a woman can tell me or try to explain to me what I did to get this reaction on why we in this space. Now, I can't say never. When I was going through anything, I have a core group of women friends that I talk to, and they might, you know, some of them is on my side. If I really want a pep talk, I know who to talk to. But if I want something honest or whatever, then I know who to talk to as well. I don't listen to none of them, but at least it's good conversation, and I can be like, okay, I might have seen, you know, how this was kind of flipped the other way.
But that's if you're looking from another woman's perspective to possibly understand that your woman's perspective on something. But if you're past that perspective and you're fed up and you are just like, I just don't know what to do. You don't need another woman's perspective no more because you already tired. You fed up. You done went through that perspective of your female friends. Now the point is, do I stay or do I go? Now you may go to your boy and be like, yo, I done tried everything, man. I don't know what to do. That's when you may go to your boy, because now as another man understands, can empathize with you, especially if he's been through what you've been through as a man.
So I'm going to say this, and this is me.
Okay.
And anybody who I've ever dated will tell you this. I ain't one to stay. If I ever get the notion to leave, I'm going to leave.
Okay.
And it's like I'll tell anybody who I've ever dated. If you ever need to make a choice between me and something else, always choose that something else, because I don't want to play second fiddle to nothing. Because if we gonna make this shit work and you really want to, you know, be together and do all this, then the other option should never present itself. But if you ever feel like this is too much, if you just get the slightest, you know, inclination that this is too much, then it's too much. It's too much.
And in that, you are more cut and dry. Unfortunately, life is just not cut and dry, and especially in relationships, there's the tug. You know, we use the word compromise, and if you just said that, it's just not rigid like that because emotions are involved. Sometimes children are involved, and it's just not cut and dry like that. If it was just cut and dry, then what's the purpose of relationships? We just do what we need to do with one another and just use them for what we need them and throw them away and move on.
No.
So. Yeah, because you just said if I'm going to play second fiddle, people have options, dude. Some people are debating what should I do on this time? Should I stay home with him or should I go out with my girls? You know, blah blah blah. I'm just using that as an example. There are options. People have options at times.
I didn't say that they shouldn't. So if I'm asking you, hey, can you do this for me? And you saying, well, if I'm saying, hey, I need for you to do this with me, or I want to spend some time with you. And you said, well, I really want to go with my girls. Then go with your girls. Okay. I'm not saying the relationship is over. Go with your girls. Like I said, I don't ever want you to say, well, I could have been. It is cut and dry. People make decisions all the time. Only thing about me is if I make a decision, I'm going to stand on that. Whether I got something to do or not, I'm going to choose you. Now, if you asking me some ridiculous ass request, then that's one thing. But if we're talking about in a relationship, if I ever get the notion that this ain't it, I'm out.
How do you feel? I got it. I got that. Good. Let's go back to the one where she's going out with her girls. You, like you said, if it's a second choice, go with your girls. Would you get tired of that if it's 70-30 where you're hardly the priority at times? Where they don't, yeah.
If I feel like that, then I'm out.
Okay.
There's no discussion. I'm out. I mean, because think about it, bro. If you give somebody, you ever heard the term, I give you enough rope to hang yourself?
Of course I have.
You got the option to do whatever it is you want to do. I'm not going to sit and beg you to do anything. But if you always choosing the other option, then my place has already been taken by this other option. You don't want to spend time with me. I don't require all of your time. I don't want all of your time. But you got to give me something. You got to give me something.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's my turn.
We apologize.
No problem.
You see, last week, we couldn't even get y'all to say that. And you was apologizing for nothing. And y'all just, for what? Man, listen. An apology sounds so good, but it could come from a place that's absolutely not even there. But just somebody hearing those words sometimes can fix a lot of shit, whether you mean it or not.
You're so right.
But y'all won't do that.
No, some of you all won't do it.
Shit. I just apologized to you, Veronica.
It was hard. I said some of you.
But
and you apologized because you was being funny.
No, I really once you said that, I realized that me and Fatim been talking a lot. And no, I really apologize. I really apologize. Like, I seriously do. I'll give you the heart. I apologize.
Oh, thank you, Victor. It's okay.
It's okay. You know, that's growth. A lot of you women are still adolescents. You grow up.
Really?
And apologize to your man.
I apologize a lot. I do. Seriously, I do. 80% of the time, it's not even me, but I apologize. 90%.
See? Valentine's Day.
But you're right. That is growth.
Valentine's Day coming up. If a woman just walked in the room after they watching the Tangy T and they walk up to their man and said, you know what, baby, I apologize. Listen, it don't even matter. You ain't got to tell them what you say, baby, you know what, I apologize. And just say that.
You know, a lot of you men are just, you're spoiled. You don't like for your women to say hi. And just going back to the letter.
Our women.
Well, whoever. a lot of time men do not want a woman to open up. Why is that? Not in that way. Shut up. Get your mind out the gutter. I'm talking about can y'all take a woman to be honest with you all? Like, can you allow her to be herself and to ask questions if she do not know that thing about you?
Of course. That's simple. I don't know explanation behind it. Of course. Yeah. I agree. They should. They should. And when you are honest about something and you don't know something about a person, that's what we talk about on the show about communication. So I don't have a problem. I don't know why, it's about men don't open up. What the problem is that a lot of times you shut us down. Once you shut us down, then you want us to open up. It's hard to open us up once we shut down.
But I'm not talking about that part. Let's not focus on that negative.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I answered that.
Just someone that want to talk to you about.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Would you allow for her to open up?
Of course. That's not. Yeah.
Well, Victor's not agreeing.
I have nothing to do with that.
Go ahead, Victor.
Everybody's opening up is different. You know what I'm saying? Like, people want free communicate. Open range communication. I want to be able to communicate, but some shit I just don't want to know. So there has to be some form of boundaries. I mean, and I'm not gonna focus on the negative, but if you having a bad day at work, that's let me know. But if you come home and telling me, man, I done had 2-3 guys try to hit on me today, I really don't want to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things that when a woman opens up and they feel they can share anything and everything with you, y'all take some of that shit too far. And it's just way too far. I don't care how many bowel movements you make. I don't care. I don't care. Don't fart around me. Don't be that open with me. There got to be some form of, it's got to be that. You could be open with me, but still be a lady.
Yeah, but I wasn't like going to that extreme. I mean,
let me say this. A woman will share a heartfelt story, be crying, and you sitting there listening, you into the story, and then turn around and look at you and say, well, what about you? Well, what if I don't have a heartfelt story? What if I just don't want to talk about it? Like, I don't like living and reliving trauma or tragic issues. I don't like bringing up all this stuff that made me feel bad. Why in the hell would I do that while you sit next to me just so you could maybe try to see me cry? That shit is weird. That's just, I just don't like doing things like that.
And I hear what Victor's saying, and it's the degrees of it. I'm not on the same degree as Victor is on it, but I've came on here and said something. Me and Victor, we laughed at it personally behind the scenes, and then I brought up a little bit about it before, and I mentioned to a person they talk too much, and it just was just on and on and on. And it just was unnecessary. It just was, and I've hardly ever have to tell a woman that. It just was just always asking, just yap. My cousin laughs when I go yap, yap, yap. But it just was too much. And I was like, damn.
Some of us.
That's too. And I hardly ever say that about a woman.
Love to talk.
Yeah, well, you can't do it with me. Because, again, I hardly ever say that about a woman. So this one just got on my nerve. And maybe I don't mind a woman talking. Don't let me reiterate this. It's what you're talking about. If you talking loud and saying nothing, keep your mouth shut. And that's what I mean. It's different what you said, Veronica, of having an open conversation there, that, and other. But if you saying something, and it's not that I don't want to be bothered, it's just that you're not saying anything. And you're asking the same shit over and over, that gets tiresome. And I've never really ever said that to any other woman. And I've been around the block. So I'm just saying, it's a bit much for me to say that, yo, you talk too much. So
Well,
I wasn't gonna hold that in.
y'all went all the way over the heels and back. I mean, when I say like a woman is trying to figure out something, I mean something that she's trying to figure out from you. They, I don't know, something personal that she don't know about you, but she's trying to get it out of you.
I answered that. I said it's fine. I said
Yeah,
that's
but
fine. I
Victor
did
was
answer.
talking about pooping and all that. I wasn't talking about that extreme. I was talking about like like a serious conversation. Like if your woman really wants to sit down and have a serious conversation with you, are you willing to sit and
Mhm.
talk to her about it? Like that's how I think a lot of us, miss important parts in the relationship because we don't want to take the time to sit down and have a conversation. It's always,
Mhm.
you
I
know,
w-
the same routine. We have some good comments
Yeah,
coming
can I
through.
just
Go
say
ahead.
one thing,
Go ahead.
Veronica, real quick? Because you said something that pushed my button, and it wasn't negative. It wasn't negative. It wasn't negative. So don't when you said we go all up on the hill, right? And I'm glad that you said that because it made me just really say right now. There's a few people in here that I see and they seem like they have good relationships, but I'm asking y'all women, what the hell do y'all want from men? Because at the end of the day, let me just tell you women something. You get a good man that's beautiful and treasure him. If you have one, fine. If you find one, beautiful. If you had one and God forbid he passed, my condolences to you. But what the other women, what the hell do y'all want? Because we men are not going to be your lap dogs. And that's where it seems like I keep seeing this bashing and bashing and bashing. And the reason why my voice gets higher, because some women want y'all want to make us out to what y'all want us to be. And we're not women, we're men. Okay? Some of us don't do things that you want us to do with. If that's not for you, then leave us alone and find someone else. Because everybody's not perfect and everybody's not for one another. But stop trying to make men into something that they're not. Because I'm telling you, I ain't walking the way a woman wants me to walk. I ain't dressing the way and I ain't talking the way she wants me to walk. I'm a man. I don't mind conversating and learning. But I'm tired. At the end of the day, women are so picky that they don't realize that they pick men apart to the point that they are really trying to put us together like Mr. Potato Head and make us the way you want us to be. And I'm not that man. And a lot of us men ain't going to bounce to that damn beat.
So what's the question?
It ain't a question. It's a statement. It's a damn statement to women.
I thought you was asking a question.
No. I just said I used you when you said something. It just made me think of the overall picture, and that's why I went there. Go ahead, Victor. That's all. There's no question to you, Veronica. This is not to you.
I'm different. When you say that, like I hear you say that, and I'm like, wow, because I feel like when you get in a relationship, you have to change. And I know I get what you're saying about the lap dog. I fucking get it. But Veronica, Veronica tell you I go show motherfuckers in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat, you would think I'm dead if you wasn't for the taking tea. I mean, I get wrapped up. Like if I feel like you my person, you my person. Like that's it. Like I ain't gonna say, and it's gonna be. Please don't take this the wrong way. But when you I feel like I probably had a lot of people, but when you find your person, you don't need nobody else. So you find yourself doing lap dog-ish type stuff. And I get what you're saying. But if you think about it, I don't like holding hands. But I'm willing to compromise on that shit.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying we don't compromise. I'm just saying don't try to take our manhood from us. What I'm saying is we don't need to be abusive. We need to be compassionate. We need to be caring. We need to be loving. but stop trying to make us into something that we're not, because you keep bashing bad, negative men. You don't uplift good men. You don't give examples of good men, hardly. Some of y'all do. I'm not talking about the ones that do it. I'm talking about the ones that continuously online giving quotes and memes about men. We're tired of that crap. And we're just tired of it, especially good men.
I know
Well,
We're tired of good men. We're tired of that bullshit. It's tired of it now.
Well,
and I'm
I
calling
mean-
it out.
Well, here's the thing. If you know that you are a good man and you know that you're doing what you're supposed to do, why do you let that bother you?
Because at the end of the day, we are, as males and as male species, there's a way to communicate. Continuing to bash is not helping the circumstance and the situation. It's just not. Even when you have bad kids in school, they don't just put them and lock them away. They try to work with them to try to make them better. You understand what I'm saying? You don't continue to bash and step on people. When you do that, then you don't have no compassion and love in your heart. You're going to talk about you got love, but you continue to bash people. You can continue to be miserable, not happy, and bash men, but you still can't get a good man. So what does that say about yourself? But you never look in the mirror and say something may be wrong with you. That's what I'm saying. Tired of that crap.
Well, that goes back to the beginning of what I said. Not and you know, I'm not taking up for the women that does that, because I think it's crazy. You know, when you get on, you know, social media or whatever, and your posts are always negative towards men. So I'm definitely not agreeing with them doing that, because like I said earlier, there are good men out there, and you can't put all men in one category just because your past relationships didn't work out and they were no good men. You can't say that all men are no good. You just can't. You haven't been with all men, so how do you know that? And I said all that to say what?
You said it. But you made your point. I don't even think you got to go any further. That's why I gave you.
Okay, because I forgot where I was going.
You made, but you said there was a lot of comments, and we just got off on that. So there's a lot of good comments.
And yeah, your question was, and I think Marvin put it out there. Your question that you started out with was, what do we want from men, or what do we expect from men? What was it? He said, what do women want? What do women want from men? That, I mean, we want someone that's going to be compatible with us. We want someone who we can sit down with and talk to about anything. I want, and me personally, let me back up and say me. I want someone that I can be compatible with. I want someone that I can talk to at any time about anything. That doesn't even matter to me, Victor. Okay, that's a plus, but that doesn't. Listen, you need more in your pants to make me whole. You know what I'm saying? That was the wrong word to use, right? Damn it, man. Anywho.
He walked into that one. Woo. Slid into that pole.
I can't stand y'all. Just know that is not the most important thing. And I don't know why Victor always say that, but I'm telling you, I need more than that. I need more than that. I'm with this girl in this letter now. Y'all think sex can like cure all the problems, but it cannot. I need more than that. Back to what I was saying. Someone that's caring, someone that's loving, someone that's gonna, treat me right, gonna have respect for me, that's gonna comfort me when I need them. Like all of that. I need that from a man. Not someone that's going to treat me like crap, that's going to, not want to have conversation, all of that craziness. I don't want it. Ladies, y'all can put y'all comments in the comment section on what you all want from a man. But I mean, we don't, shut up, Victor. We don't go out looking for, I mean, who does that? Who go out looking for someone that's going to mistreat them?
Oh, we thought you was going somewhere
I was about
else.
to say.
Yeah, we were about to say you were going somewhere else. But, you asked a question last week, Veronica, and I have to go back off my, and look at it. I can see a woman. Forget us for a minute, Vic. We as men, we go to the women. Your women want a complete package too, because you just said, I don't agree with what you said, Veronica. I agree with what you said from that. A big package is not all that you want. I got that. Not all you want, but the complete package is something you do want. Because if a man is good, but he ain't good in the bedroom and can't get you to release them endorphins the proper way, then you frustrated and miserable at the end of the day. You need the complete package. So what am I saying is, I've seen women that had a good man at home and get knocked off on the side time to time, maybe once every 2 or 3 months. But they get that knocked off on the side because this is important to them. And that's why I never like to have a conversation about relationship and say, oh, well, let's leave sex on the side. I'm not leaving sex nowhere on the side. It's part of a relationship. So it's there.
I mean, I get that. I'm not saying that that's not important. It's
just not. It's not the whole 100% in thing with you.
Listen, just because you're working and I mean you got it going on down there or whatever, doesn't mean that you are the right one for me.
Right.
That does not mean that. You can be the biggest.
It ain't about the biggest.
Let's go on.
How can I erase your mind? You got some comments out there, but
erase my mind, whatever you want to call it.
Some good bird. You'll get rid of them red flags.
Lies.
Shit. Somebody knocked the Mario coins out of you. You will see. Look at him. Look at him.
If somebody what?
Knock the Mario coins out your ass. We'll see. Look at you.
Yeah, I said to y'all before that if I had the choice of being, when I enjoyed myself being single and enjoyed the best in a relationship, I enjoyed the best. I would pick the relationship. And Jacqueline Moore wrote companionship, dating, conversation, cuddling, having fun, laughing, just enjoying life. The whole package. I do agree with that because that's what I told someone. I feel more wholesome in a sense of getting you because you're tapping into a lot of different energies here with a person that you are enjoying. And I'm telling you, it's more fulfilling. That's the word I'm looking for. It's more fulfilling. I was talking to my daughters about that last week, that to me, when you have someone in your life that you click, it's such a fulfilling feeling. And when you feel that and you understand that, then you know what you're missing. If you've never felt that, then you can't miss something that you've never felt before.
So, Miss Jacqueline, companionship, dating, conversation, cuddling, having fun, laughing, and just enjoying life.
That's it.
I agree with that. And you can do that with anybody and not be in a relationship.
We're talking about relationships. The question was what?
No, she did not say that.
But she's answering the question that I threw out there for teen throughout there. And I said, ladies, put in the comments of what you all want from a man. Mm-hmm. So that is what she's expecting.
That's from a man. She did not say she wanted to be in a monogamous relationship. You can that she said companionship. She didn't say relationship.
Well, I said from a man. I didn't say in a relationship. The question was, what do you expect from a man?
Let her answer that question. Because you can do all that and not be in a relationship. That's what I'm saying.
And Victor is right about that. If you're in a relationship,
there you go. She answered.
Yeah, she answered it. And you can't have that in a relationship. But some people, like I brought up before, a young lady, and I commend her for asking certain questions about what friendship meant and this, that, and other. And I appreciated that. But you can have friendship with what Jacqueline just said and have all those things too. You can have that. You can have that because some people some people want to draw the line that when you friends, you don't, man, sometimes you cross that line. There's where the hell do we get when we use the word friendship? If I'm single and if we friends and we want to enjoy each other, companion, like she just said, and take it physical. There's a relationship sheriff that's knocking on the door. Oh, y'all said y'all were friends. Y'all can't have sex. Who the hell are you? If you're single, then you're open to do whatever you two choose to do. It's another taboo with people.
Facts. Facts.
Crazy.
I mean, well, to each his own. And then when you get caught up with your friend, what you gonna do?
How you get caught
Then
up? You ain't.
you
Some people
single.
get caught up,
and then you
Victor.
and
Just
then you
because
get
you don't.
and you may take it to another level with that.
That's what I'm saying.
You may take it to another level, and it's beautiful if it grows into a relationship, into a marriage, and it grows into a family, and it grows into a beautiful, like your parents, and it grows into that. Beautiful, beautiful.
Demetrius. Hey, Demetrius. She said, I want someone that is confident enough to open up through conversation. Yes. Let's have a conversation. Come on. We
About
got to be
what?
able to talk. Like
About-
I love to talk, so I need for you to talk to me.
What's a conversation without no substance? What are we talking about? You just want me to just talk?
No, I want to be
that's-
able to talk to you about anything. I want to be able to talk to you about if I have something going on with my neighbor. I want to be able to talk. If I have something going on at my job, if I have something going on with my body, like I just want to be able to talk to you about anything.
But she said, I want someone that is confident enough to open up. We all know that y'all gonna spill the beans, but some guys just don't like talking about shit like that. Like, why I got to take you to the doctor's office with me? Why you got to be there?
I don't have to be there. But I do want to know if something is going
See what
on
I mean?
with you.
Why?
Because I'm concerned with your health. So if something is going on, I will hope that you will open up and will share that with me.
HIPAA. Do y'all get mad? What the doctor say? I know he said something. Open up the portal so I can see it. Goddamn, man. Why?
No, I don't know who you dealing with, Victor, but I'm not that girl. I'm not going to tell. I mean, if it's something that you want me to know, I will hope that you will share that with me. I'm not getting ready to be like, oh, open up the portal on your app. Let me see. Where's the paperwork that you got from it? No, I mean, I feel hopefully that he will feel comfortable.
I just think that, Victor said right just now is how my parents lived. My parents had two different doctors. So I understood that, but I dealt with somebody that had an illness that I advocated for her health. So I knew I had to know certain things or whatever. I didn't sit in the person, go in the room and I'm sitting there. But after she wanted me to know something, then she'll call me and we discussed that. And what was ironic is we both had the same doctor at one time. So that doctor didn't discuss my situation with her unless, after he meet with me and I want her to know something, then we, because they like Victor said, there's the respect. But for me in that relationship, because of health issues, I didn't have a problem with her knowing certain things and vice versa at the end of the day. So when you deal with somebody sick, you can't bring nothing in the house because it's going to be known. You understand what I'm saying? So when you're not living your life like that right there, then you not nothing to hide. So,
I mean, don't you want your significant other to open up about something, Victor? Or you just want everything to be like confidential between you two?
What I'm saying is if you open up to me, I'm willing to listen. Don't pull something out that I'm not willing to talk about. It's about, just because you're sharing something don't mean that I want to. Women like, what's your middle name? Like, it ain't none of your damn business. It's not. Why do y'all want to know that? What's your middle name? Like, why?
But you don't have a problem with that if that's your wife.
I mean, she don't know about it, but I don't tell people that.
Okay.
I mean, even if I'm your girlfriend and even if I'm your girlfriend and I ask Victor, do you have a middle name? What's your middle name?
I mean, he don't want to tell you it's Bartholomew.
You're not going to share that?
No. Because.
But you already know mine because you didn't went to the sheriff's office and got all the information on me.
But I
so
did
you know mine.
I do that. I do that. I really do. But I don't go to the sheriff's office, but I do that. Yeah. But I'm not gonna sit here and say, I know your middle name. I mean, it's like y'all, oh my God. Sometimes it's so aggravating, but it's okay.
Victor, have you
Right, Karan. Very
yeah,
foolish.
let me ask Victor this question because it's interesting because I've learned to
Karan.
respect Victor. Just looking at your upbringing, there's certain things that you hold on to. Has there been any things that you've been brought up in your upbringing that, as you became an adult, where you at now, have you looked back and say, maybe I need to soften that approach, or you have softened that approach?
Actually, I gotten harder than anything.
Okay. And why is that?
I have to protect the little bit of shit that I have. You know, I'm 41 and I ain't never been married, and I've seen so many people lose everything that they work behind off of I don't even want to say bad decision. I'm gonna say bad decision off a bad decision. There's so many marriages that I've seen that failed because they rushed into it. And me going into a situation as a man, I have to, and we talked about this years ago on the show, I got to be willing to put up half my shit to say that I'm in love with you, as I shouldn't have to do that. But if you bring up a prenup, then it's like, oh, our love is on conditions. If you love me, say you love me, just sign this paperwork right here.
That's a good point. That's another conversation. I don't think we have enough time, but that's a good thing about that prenup, or to protect yourself, because Victor is right. A lot of us men are putting half of what we have online, up or online. That's it. Tell your son to sit down and get in this conversation.
That ain't her son.
Oh, okay. I had a feeling it wasn't. I got you. She blushing.
That's
coins.
You tell.
But that's a good point. He
always does that when he come home from work. He got to peep in here and talk about what he eating. Go ahead.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
but so no, that's okay. So that's part of who you are. That's your son, and we got that. So, but on the serious side, a lot of what Victor just said is that's a good point. A lot of us men do have to protect what we've worked for, because it's to the point, and Victor made me look at it, because New York laws and South Carolina laws are just different. They're not night and day, but they're different. And I hate to say it, but sometimes going in a relation is like almost hanging a noose around our head. I hate to say it, but it is.
So,
and women know that.
When it comes to love, don't get me wrong. When it comes to love, I shouldn't say love is not natural. Love is natural, but when you are in love, you do some unnatural things. When you start putting somebody else up in front of you, then I'm not saying that ain't a beautiful thing, but that's just not natural. And when you start doing that, you don't think clearly. Now, we could both be madly in love and make one bad decision or one wrong decision. And we could say, you know what? This decision that either one of us made is so detrimental to our relationship that I don't want to be part of this union, or she could say, I don't want to be part of this union. Okay. All right. Why do we have to divvy up my shit and her stuff equally and split? Whatever we started with, that's off the table. Now, what we built with, that should be up for grabs.
On the table.
That should be up for grabs.
I agree with that.
Amongst everybody. But if I started off with, 300,000, you started off with 2.2 million or whatever, and then as we, going along and we break up, hey, whatever she's got, she at least gets to keep at least 2.2, and I got my 3. Then we start divvying up everything after that.
I agree with that. And somebody said, what about the woman being a breadwinner? And I just found out a little bit more about South Carolina. Something about that if you break up, this is some kind of state that the women automatically get the children. See, so I don't care if you're the breadwinner. If women automatically pretty much get the children unless you are homeless or strung out on crack and there's a reason why you don't get the children, then if you getting the children, then we still got to pay child support. So I mean, it's.
To
I'm
an
telling you, a
extent.
lot of them to an
To an
extent.
extent.
Okay,
Tell
and I'm
them
just
how y'all got on that. How
yeah.
y'all get on this subject? When my son was standing right here, how did? Because I
No,
missed all of
no.
this.
We got into it on another reason, but I'm just telling you, a lot of men. You got to look at why. We need to ask why. Maybe one of the questions is that maybe we're looking at the wrong. We're asking the wrong questions. Why are men not wanting to get married? See, the dream is for a woman to get married, and it's traditional for men and women to marry. I'm not talking about folks that are on the other side of the track. That's their life and they do their thing. But what I'm saying is the man and the woman purpose is you don't see men being groomed to grow up to say we want to get married. And now it's not something that we push for to get married. It's just not something, not that we don't look forward to getting married. It's just not like women. Women are, y'all dream of it. When y'all get 14, boy, y'all just picking out the bridesmaids and everything.
That's not true.
Oh, it's not true.
I mean, I think every woman dream of having that ideal wedding.
Exactly. And us men don't. I mean, a lot of us men don't think about having this ideal wedding. A lot of men are satisfied just going to the justice of the peace. Why spend all that money on a marriage where we can utilize that money for us as a come up? What the hell is this about? There, what the hell?
I'm gonna have a helicopter. If somebody fool enough to marry me, I'm getting a helicopter.
You got that right. Say that again. If someone what?
If somebody fool enough to marry me, we getting a helicopter. I don't know how, but I'm coming in a helicopter.
Jesus.
And if I got to spend every damn dime I got, I'm coming in a helicopter.
I sure hope I can see that. Put me in the wedding.
He'll come in something. It'll be a crop duster. Throw his ass out.
So Cynthia says, which is my sister, hey Renee, I need more communication. Well, want more communication. I don't want to have to sit and wonder or try to read his mind in a relationship. Exactly.
We ain't thinking about nothing. Half the time we thinking about nothing. Veronica, I can tell you, it's been times that I'll be sitting there and what are you thinking about? What? Nothing. Like, bro,
everybody is always thinking about something that's always on your mind.
No, it's not. Like, I don't get how y'all think that we no.
So you're just sitting there looking slow.
Basically.
I got something always on my mind.
Let's see what I'm saying? Latanya says, Latoya, we can say what we want, but we choose the ones we think we can change and seek what we want. Accountability.
Man, if we had the door prize, she gets that damn door prize. That's accountability.
Yeah.
That's being honest.
Pretty good, Latoya.
That's right on point. We thinking what we can change. That's what my statement was. That y'all want to change us. Y'all want to make us into Mr. Potato Head. You want to give us the nose. It was a figure of speech, but you want to make us into something.
No, it's not making you. It's not making.
Yes, it
you
is.
Mr. Potato Head. It's trying to get. We want what we want. You know what I'm saying? Like the things that I say I want in a man. I want a man with a nice butt. I want a man with this. I want a man with that. I want. It's things that we want. It's not that we're trying to change you. It's just
listen to what she said. We choose the ones we think we can change. Why are you overlooking that line?
I'm not overlooking it. And we do sometimes think that we can change a person, and that's what
I just said.
What man gonna let you cup him in his ass?
I'm not saying I'm gonna cup him.
You gonna grab
like
his butt.
I want that nice cush, like when we're in the bed together. Like I just want to put my butt on top of his butt or back to back butt cushion.
You want that baby boy Ving Rings kind of thing where he just fold you and you just get lost in them arms, huh?
She said she want to grab butt, man.
That too for team.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is a turn off. Oh my dude.
For someone to grab your butt?
Everybody laughing. I'm just laughing at the comments. Laughing.
I'm not talking about. No, Cheryl, it's not one of those butts where it'd be like a big round butt. No, it's just like a nice form, like not like a woman butt. I'm not saying that.
I just want to know what man they're gonna let. I'm gonna tell you, you gonna be with your man, and I'm gonna be like, she grabbed him in his ass.
Thank you, Denise.
Don't bring somebody.
I'm not talking about a night.
Me. But boy,
let's move on. Is it getting hot?
Oh, woohoo! We know what gets you hot, huh?
Tail,
big old round dunk the dunk. Lord.
Jacqueline says, I don't want to change. I don't want to change. I just don't want him to change. Would like to keep that same person I met. Got it. Jacqueline don't want him to. She want that same person that she meet at the beginning. She don't want him to change.
Impossible. That's impossible. I will never be the person you met. Never. Because we all put on a damn mask in the beginning. Whether you agree to it or not. The whole first month is a damn facade. Come on. Yes, you're going to get little pieces of who I am, but when we first start dating, y'all women say, oh, you got to date me. Nigga, I got you. I don't want to keep having to go out spending money. Why don't you date me? Mm-hmm. Hell, I pursued you, pursue me.
Yeah. And maybe because I'm a man to say this, maybe it's from a man perspective, but if I'll give it to you the right way. I was going to say, switch it that if we men in the beginning, we open the car door, this, that, and the other. But let's just say I open the car door. I open the car door and I come around the car and you open up my side. Okay, that's nice. I got it. I know that you would do that. I don't need that 3 years in the relationship. I don't need that. I don't even need that 2 weeks down the road. I know that you're a considerate person. I got it. I understand that. But just like when you get in a relationship, it's not that you don't hold the door for your woman. I'm not saying to take away from being a gentleman, but it's not going to be every time you get in the car, that you're going to open that door for her. And I think that's understood. And it's not that you take away from that at the end of the day. It's just that this is the norm. You getting in the car, this, that, and the other. I mean, you might be going out and dressing and this, that, and the other, dress for occasion. I'm gonna open the door. But things in relationships starts to change. So Victor is right. We do put on that mask in the beginning. The question is, how far does that person change to get back to themselves? Because we put on the extra, but does that person go back to the middle or do they go back to the extreme other side? And that's where you find out who you're really dealing with. That's why when women give up the goods, again, I'm not telling you what to do or how to give it up. You give up whatever you want on the first date. I'm not sitting here saying that. What I am saying is going out there and getting pregnant in the beginning. That's the problem. And I fought both of y'all, the man and the woman. But going out there and then I'm saying it, you go out there and get pregnant on the first shot. I'm saying you can go out there and be intimate on the first date you want to be, but go out there, be intimate and not be responsible and lay with somebody and have a baby. That's irresponsible if you don't even know the person. So you planting your seed in a person and you having some, you know what I'm saying? And you don't know them. They could be a bad mother, a bad parent. And then you bitching and moaning, oh, this no good so-and-so. Well, you lay with him and had a child on the first date. That's where that's irresponsible. You can lay with whoever you want. Having a child on the first time and getting pregnant, that's irresponsible because you don't even know the person. You're creating a part of you and they got 23 chromosomes of that person that may not be good. So I'm just telling you, it comes down to responsibility. It comes down to choices. And a lot of us make a lot of bad choices and then don't want to fess up to those bad choices once we make those choices.
Yeah,
Facts.
we do make bad choices. That's why I tell these little young girls that laying up with this person and that person and that person. Be mindful who you sleeping with,
Mhm.
because you end up with a seed.
And you
Don't
know,
do it.
Veronica, how
Don't
you? I
do
don't
it.
know how you. I want to actually again. I don't know how you would look at this, but I see some. I'm not talking about young women that are gold diggers. I'm not talking about that, but I'm talking about some women that have had not great relationships, and some women date older men because those older men know how to treat those women. They really treat those women like queens, and those women realize that they've been hurt or not or mistreated in the past, that they'll gravitate to an older man and their relationship is kind of good, but society frowns on that because of the years out there, or there's just a reason that she's dating him or she married him for the money or this, that, and the other. But some people are looking for a life. There are some women that I've met that are younger, that are very mature. Some are 15 or 20 years more ahead than some men, and I can see why they date older men, because some of those men know how to treat women, and then a lot of those men were playing games 20 years prior, and now they have grown up and want something that sometimes men that are older just don't want a woman at their age. They want something to keep them alive, that they feel that keeps them live and vibrant.
I saw a post earlier, that was today or yesterday, where it was a man in a wheelchair, and it was saying, this is when men are ready to get into a relationship. It says men be like, I'm finally ready to settle down and be in a relationship, when he's in his wheelchair. Oh, now you want to settle down, huh? Hmm.
That whole
Um,
age thing is to me, it's a it is it really based on love, bro?
Can
Um,
be.
it can be,
Mm-hmm.
but I've seen it both ways.
Yes, I did too. I have
The
to.
older man with the younger woman, I tend not to go that way. I ain't saying that it's not possible, but I tend not to go that way. But it comes a level of the BS. Now, I ain't saying older women ain't ain't got no BS, because most of them do. But it's it's like the older they get and the more they've been through, the harder it is for them to realize I'm not him. So with a younger woman who hasn't been through that much, you can be your authentic, genuine self, and she's not comparing you to all her bad damn relationships. I've dated, women that, I might come home at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and now I get to third degree, and I'm like, well, shit, you knew who I was. Well, ain't nothing out there, you know the old saying, but you knew where I was. But you want to go on and on about, how James and Frank did you this type of way, staying out late, but my name Vic. If you want to come into a relationship with the slate clean, then don't bring them niggas' names up when something happens. It's just that simple. And that's where, if you want to have an open line of communication, women need to realize, and men, I'm not your ex. The pattern might look the same, but if you telling me, because I don't trust nobody, I think trust is earned. But if you say you 100% trust me in the beginning, then me coming in at 3 o'clock in the morning shouldn't be a damn problem. If you trust me, it shouldn't be an issue.
I've been out, and my thing is,
I mean,
I didn't break daylight. If I I broke daylight, then I call home, or I'm out playing cards back in the day or whatever, and I call home. But I've gotten called on my phone 3:30 in the morning because I'm in I'm in a heavy spade game in Brooklyn, and I answer my phone right away. You can FaceTime me because I it's cool, but I don't get that. But I'll get a call, just blah blah blah. It don't bother me because our communication wasn't where that was always done. But if you feel like you want to call and make sure I'm cool, I had no problem with it because that was the way the relationship was good. It was good. I didn't have a problem with it because every time I went to play spades, she wasn't hawking me like that. But one time my phone did ring. It was 3:30. Hey, blah, blah, blah. And guess what? Her brother was sitting on the other side. So hey, threw the phone out, caught up with a brother she hadn't talked to. So I don't have a problem. That's what I'm saying. When you have good communication and a good relationship, those things are cool because it works.
Right.
I would tell you this. I'm going to be home before the next day. I'm going to tell you that. I will be home before the next day.
I usually do. I have been, but it's times where I have broke daylight.
Yeah. When I say the next day, 12 o'clock is when the days start.
No. I ain't come home that late. I've come home like 6 a.m. or something like that. Yeah. 8. I've come home 8:30. Yeah.
I ain't that, unless she was with me or I was on night shift. I ain't never done no shit like that.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
And just like Renee, Cynthia said, I trust you, but it's still a decent time limit.
And I'm with it, but I'm making it extreme. Like, I don't operate like that, but I'm just making a point. Like, if you trust me, realize I'm not him. I need to get a shirt. I'm not him.
Well, let me ask you, Vic.
Just like Bongi says, that's a huge turnoff when she compares you to her ex every time you have an argument.
Facts. And it happens.
That's not good at all.
That's true. But Veronica and Victor's in a relationship, and Victor's over here. We watching a doubleheader of basketball game go off at 2, and Victor had a little too much to drink. Is it so important if Vic crash here and he call you and say, "Yo, I'm gonna crash over at 15. I'll be home in the morning"? Ain't nothing wrong with that. It shouldn't be. You don't want Vic on that road. But what's the purpose to come and get him and he's here and he's cool? What's the purpose of that?
First of all, Vic ain't staying to watch no game with no man.
I'm just saying the fellas over. Okay, guy. I'm just trying to use the example. But
I get what you're saying, but as a man, like, I get it. You got that. It's all about, like, bro, I keep my head on the swivel all the time. Bro, I'm not going to jeopardize my relationship in order to make this nigga feel good. I'm not going to do that.
Got it.
Like, bro, Veronica will tell you, we used to hang out in Darlington 10 o'clock. I'm gone. Probably before then. I'm out. Like, hey, I love you. I'm going to hug you. I'm out because y'all can't do what she can. So it ain't really about that. It's a compromise. Like, I understand you say that you don't mind me being out, but I also ain't gonna press. I don't want to find out what happens.
Right.
Got it.
And it's all about respect. It's all about respect.
Yeah, I got it. I mean,
saying out long.
I got it. I mean, and I understand. I'm not trying to push y'all. I just, my background, New York is a city that never sleeps. So there's things that happen that we're at people's houses. And I'm not a big drinker. So for me to get in my car, it's no excuse. Oh, I had too much to drink. 15 ain't doing that. But I'm just saying that we've had people at our house that my mom's had to call so-and-so and say, yo, so-and-so had too much to drink. I'm not letting him leave out the house. That's how family did things. Now back then, ain't nobody getting on no train, no 4.
I'm walking.
You in another borough. We in Brooklyn. They in Manhattan. They ain't getting. My parents didn't let a person leave the house too high up. But that's how it was. Deal again. It is what it is. You do what works for you. You do what works for you.
In that situation, if I want to go home, then I was irresponsible and didn't respect my woman by getting too drunk.
That's true. I get it. And I agree with that. But don't put your life on the line and get out there and get in an accident just to say, I'm going to be home. I'd rather your man be safe and get home the next day and you know where he is. Or like you say, you come and get him. If that's the case, come get him. That's fine. I'm not going to bitch and moan. I'm not going to feel a way about it. But long as he's not driving and put himself that we gotta, be bringing flowers and singing sad songs.
Wait a
Bullshit.
minute. Why you say you wouldn't bitch and moan? You shouldn't have anything to say if she came.
I'm not gonna say right. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not. I just know if my moms did that with somebody that was in our family back in the day, because my family were very close. So it's family versus friends. So when family had too much to drink and so-and-so say, lay your ass down, you ain't going out the house because you had too much to drink, then you ain't going out the house because that's what family did. They looked out for one another, and that was the responsible thing. And that's how it was. That's it. And you ain't getting on the road drinking. That's all too.
All right. Well, it's almost 10 o'clock, so we're gonna wrap it up.
What we doing?
We're going to end it. We ain't wrapping the damn thing up. I don't even eat candy if it's in the wrapper. Just leave my shit.
You know what?
Woo!
I can't stand you. We had some good comments coming in, y'all, but you two kept talking all night. So,
oh no, we told you to read the comments. Go read them.
Please go through and read some of the comments after the show or whatever. And if you feel necessary to comments. All right.
We had to make up for last week. We ain't had too much talking time there, Vic, right?
Facts.
There you go.
Oh, please.
Mm-hmm. But it was good show last week.
Yeah, it was. Thank y'all so much. What's final thoughts on the letter?
You go first, Vic. I went first. You go first.
Ma'am, you need to evaluate who you are. I don't want her to feel like, she can't be herself. Like the team extended the invitation, we can all sit down and have an open discussion. You don't have to be on camera. It'd be nice to hear your side of the story about why everybody that you dated is subpar. I would say this, every woman that I've ever dated has been exceptional, phenomenal. We just didn't fucking work. I'm not going to sit here and say they bad people because they not. You know what I'm saying? There was something that happened that we just couldn't come back from. So, I don't date trash. If you play around the dumpster, that's exactly what you're going to get. And I don't play around the dumpster. So, I'm going to just say that.
I do one of Victor's. I agree with Victor on that. But I'm gonna be a little harsh too. And the invitation is here. The harsh part is that what Victor said, it comes a time that we got to take responsibility of what we do and how we move. You understand? And how we move. And sometimes we can make mistakes. Life is like that. We make choices, and sometimes our choices are not exactly what we want. But over and over and over, are picking and the same thing over and over, and it's just not working out. Then you need to evaluate who you are. Like Victor said, I really mimicking what Victor said. You need to evaluate who you are. You may say you're a good person, and maybe you are a beautiful person. But if you continue to pick these rotten apples, then you are looking at you're picking from a rotten apple tree, and then that's your fault. So, you got to look at yourself and evaluate yourself. Because I look at a lot of good couples that are prospering in life. They move in similar circles that they pick from. And they tend to sometimes work, sometimes they don't work, but you got to take some accountability too. So that's it.
I just say don't put all men in the same category, because all men are not the same. All men are not dogs. All men are not, whatever you want to call them. So we have to be careful as women, putting men in the same category. So to this woman, I can tell that she's been hurt like as I said in the beginning, she's disappointed. Evidently relationships didn't work that she been in, but you just have to, take your time, and hopefully that right person will come in your life. But if you continue to have your guard up where no one can enter, then you're going to never find the right person for you. So don't judge people by your past relationships, because there is someone out there for everyone, but you just have to be willing to open your heart. You have to be willing to open your mind. You have to be willing to let other people come in your life and give them a chance, just like you gave all the ones that you call no good. You have to give them a chance to prove themselves, because it could be that right one, that perfect one, whatever you want to call it, for you. Just give people a chance. Everybody is not bad. Everyone is not out there to mistreat you, to hurt you, to hurt your feelings, whatever. So give people a chance. Put that wall down, man. Love is a beautiful thing, and when you find someone who you can spend quality time with, communicate with, love on, kiss on, you know, it's a beautiful thing. And shouts out to all the lovers out there who are, in relationships, who are in happily marriages out there. Shouts out to you all, and I hope that your relationships, marriages continue to be blessed and full of love, and just continue to love upon each other, and work it out, and make things, work. Um, Continue to not judge each other by your past, and just listen. Life is short, man. Love upon one another. So
Grab a butt.
and that too. It's all good.
Don't get all hot and squishy.
Karan said a donk. I'm not talking about no donk. I'm talking about a nice solid butt. But we're not even getting ready to get back into that.
I got a question. Do you grab a butt like this, or you underhand? Is it over or under?
It depends. If we're walking by and I just want to squeeze it, what's wrong with that?
Over or under?
You better say under, girl. Cup that sucker. You said cup. Grab it like a cupcake.
So you cuffing the man butt. Do you pop it? Because see, I'm just setting you up for what he's going to tell that judge when you sitting over there in a wheelchair with a neck brace on.
Y'all have a nice night. Brother Fatine, all the way from WBLS radio station, New York. Thank you so much. Victor Dammit Boy White, my brother, thank you so much hanging out again tonight.
Get you a man from the north side of Florence.
And for our hostess that brings the mostest.
Thank you, Fatine. Valentine's Day is approaching in a few weeks. I hope you got your house in order. I hope you are there's one gone. I hope
that's birthday weekend. I'm the 12th, February 12th.
That you are doing right by your significant other, or whoever you have in your life right now. Don't disappear on them. Don't ghost them just because Valentine's is right around the corner. All right. They want nice gifts.
Veronica, you want me to go over there and show you a gift that's still in the wrap?
No, right, you know what? I was going to text you and Victor today. If y'all don't get y'all gift out my car, I'm giving it to someone else.
I got your gift right over there. I can go pick it up.
Is your gift girly?
No.
Oh, so I can't re-gift it to somebody else?
No.
I think I'm gonna meet you tomorrow. I think I know where you're gonna be tomorrow. I'll meet you tomorrow and I'll give you a gift. And
you know what, Bungie? That is true. Valentine's Day is not a woman's day. It goes both ways. Women definitely give men gifts as well. We sure do.
Listen, that was the most uncomfortable I ever felt in my life.
What?
Boy, somebody brought me some stuff one time. I ain't know what to do.
I don't want no bear and stuff, man.
Right.
You watch. My birthday is mine's right by my birthday.
What am I supposed to do? You mean to
supposed to
tell me for
kiss
40 years I've been giving out presents and somebody gifted me the darn with something? I instantly, I don't know. Stuff started moving. I don't know. I don't know. That was weird. So, yeah.
Well, appreciate you, Demetrius. Demetrius is all the way from Virginia. Am I right, Demetrius? Watching from VA. Right. Say thank you, Victor. That's what you say. Say thank you and give her a kiss.
In the mouth and on her ant pile. To kiss her right in the ant pile.
Tasha Smart, what else my husband needs a gift? What else? He got me. Oh, yeah, Tasha. Right. We all they need. All this luxury. What's the word?
And we all y'all need.
No, we need more. Okay, Demetrius in Texas. Shouts out to
Same thing.
all you Texans over there.
Texas, Virginia, all the same thing. Neither one of them going to the Super Bowl.
Whatever. You know what? Whatever. Thank y'all so much for watching. We appreciate y'all so much. Have a great night. We appreciate you each and every Tuesday watching the show. So we will definitely go back through and look at these comments. Aww. I just saw this. Demetrius says, yeah, be happy because I lost my husband 16 years. Of 16 years. That's what I'm saying, man. Can we get sentimental right quick? Like, I'm just saying, y'all know I'm a softie, man. But when it comes to love, I'm like,
I mean, you know,
we don't need to take that for granted. Like, if you got someone in your life and you love them, you care about them, you need to let them know because, listen.
Yeah, and that's another thing. See what she just said. Let me just take a quick moment. What she just said is I look at it because sometimes people can't get back in a relationship because they lost they feel that they lost that person, their soulmate, that they had a great relationship and they lost that one. And it's not easy. That's why I'm saying there's a lot of people that are single and we start to assume that people are single because they can't find anyone, but they might have lost somebody that was important to them. So, you know, I try to be compassionate. Like I said, I've dealt with somebody that had, you know, with an illness, and that's not easy. It's not easy to see someone sick or someone to lose someone at the end of the day, and then to get back into a relationship. Some people can move on, and that's good, but some people can't. So, you know, my prayers and condolences to the young lady. And, you know, people, and like I said, people try to move on, and hopefully they can move on, you know, because that's what I would want if I left here early. I wouldn't want my person to be miserable and just pining at me. Just move on. You know, I'm not here no more. But I do sympathetic and say prayers to that because it's just not easy when you love someone that y'all may have been clicking on all cylinders. So prayers to you, my sister.
But you still need to turn that thing loose. Turn it loose. Don't
and on that note,
you still love that man, but you need to drop it for a real sometimes.
All right. Well, on that note, we're out of here. I hope you all have a fabulous weekend. Be safe out there. And thank y'all so much for holding us down each and every week.
I'm going to hold you down.
Guys, have a great night.
Buenas noches. Buenas noches.